Anyway, Judge, thank you for your kind invitation and for your invitation to return to the program this year and giving me the opportunity to meet yet another outstanding group of Loudoun High School students. It has been a privilege for me to be a part of the program in the past. It is a great program, and I have thoroughly enjoyed their experience. Moreover, it has restored my faith in the young people of this country. You who are attending the program are given the opportunity to learn something about the law and the court system, knowledge that will serve you well when you become the leaders of tomorrow. And I am sure you will become the leaders of tomorrow. I have left each previous session of the program in which I have participated with a very comfortable feeling that we will be in good hands when you young people and your peers across this great nation take over the reins. I hope you have gathered from what you have learned this week that this is a nation governed by a rule of law. I want to talk today about the person I think has done as much as anyone else to establish and to preserve that rule in this country. I refer to John Marshall. He's looking over my left shoulder, the Chief Justice of the United States from 1801 to 1835. I've chosen Marshall as my subject because first, he is the role model for every lawyer and every judge in this country. Second, he is the father of the concept of judicial review here at home and elsewhere in the world. Yet he has never received the recognition he is due. It is my hope today to do a little something about that situation, at least so far as Loudoun County is concerned. You know, I have often wondered what it would have been like to live during the period in which our nation was founded. Not that I favor living in the past, but what a wonderful and exciting experience it must have been to live at that time. And what a remarkable group of people took part in the venture. Never before or since in world history have so many political geniuses been gathered together at the same time, in the same place, engaged in the same noble cause. Surely a benevolent fate must have smiled kindly upon the American colonists' hope for independence and self-government. How else could we possibly have won the American Revolution and produced the Constitution of the United States? Our victory at Yorktown has been termed unbelievable, and the making of the Constitution has been called extraordinary. Both characterizations are undoubtedly correct, yet neither explains how so much could be achieved by so few in so short a time. The making of the Constitution itself is a dramatic story, but too long to tell here. Suffice to say, the Constitution is a remarkable document. Most of the nations of this world live under charters that are less than 50 years old. Yet ours has survived for more than 2 centuries and gives promise of being around for at least 200 years more. What has given the Constitution its enduring strength? Well, let us see. The Constitution established a new system of government, never before known in all of world history. The keystone of the new system was its design of a federal government composed of 3 co-equal branches of government: executive, legislative, and judicial, with the powers of each one separate from the powers of the other, providing a system of checks and balances. This design, in my opinion, is what has given the Constitution its endurance, and in its application to the daily lives of the people has assured their rights and guaranteed their freedoms. How wonderful is our freedom? How great are our rights. We can assemble, as we do here today, to discuss matters of mutual interest. Within reason, we can say what we want, write as we wish, and worship the way we please, all without fear of governmental reprisal. We can select our own leaders, petition for the redress of grievances, remain free from unreasonable searches and seizures, stand upon a presumption of innocence, demand trial by jury, and insist upon the aid of counsel, all as a matter of course. And we take for granted that we can travel where we will, work at what we might, and associate with whom we choose. In short, we truly do live in freedom. All this is true because although born in rebellion, our freedom has flourished under the protection not of military might, but of a rule of law. And it's because we have a written constitution that this rule has become the supreme law of the land. And how did the Constitution achieve the prestigious position it occupies today? It was not always an object of reverence and respect. Indeed, in its infancy, it was an object of derision, seemingly destined for oblivion. What happened to save the Constitution from that fate? Whom should we thank? Now I know that no one person is responsible for the Constitution's prestigious position. But in my opinion, John Marshall, in his role as Chief Justice of the United States, is due much of the credit. While James Madison, with his authorship, may have given the Constitution a body, and George Mason and Patrick Henry, with their insistence upon the Bill of Rights, may have given it a heart, John Marshall, with the use of his brilliant mind, gave it a soul and made it the greatest political document the world has ever known. Most Americans think of John Marshall only as Chief Justice. But before he assumed that role, he was a hero of the American Revolution, a skilled practitioner of the law, a respected member of the Virginia General Assembly, a capable Attorney General of Virginia, a forceful delegate to the Virginia Convention for ratification of the Constitution, a successful diplomatic envoy, and a distinguished Secretary of State in the cabinet of President John Adams. The story of his life is fascinating. Listen to a few of the details.